Ladies and gentlemen, we began our election coverage exactly 12 hours ago this morning, anticipating, like almost everyone else, that Haryana would deliver a very quick verdict. Not just quick, a decisive verdict as well. Well, it certainly wasn't quick, but it was decisive. Just not in the way that most of us would have expected it. Maybe not even in the way the BJP had expected it. Every exit poll on Saturday had predicted a dominant victory for the Congress party, to a point where the Congress party headquarters even saw fireworks being burst and jalebis being distributed at 8 a.m. in the morning. For the first 2 hours, it seems, they had every cause for celebration. But, ladies and gentlemen, 2 hours down the line, at around 10 a.m., as social media memes say, वक्त बदल दिया, हालात बदल दिए, जज्बात भी बदल दिए. The leads changed, and within minutes, the Haryana score changed to what you see on your screens right now, ladies and gentlemen. 48 for the BJP. This was the number predicted for the Congress party. 37 for the Congress. This turned out to be a bipolar contest, all right, but it's one that the BJP won fairly quickly and decisively, 46 being the majority mark in Haryana. Now, do these things happen in elections? Of course they happen in elections. Early trends often give a misleading picture of the reality, and the less be said about the predictability of exit polls, the better. Mature political leaders accept this as part and parcel of politics. But the Congress party's leadership has responded to this anything but maturely. First, they accused the Election Commission of deliberately delaying the updation of results on the website, implying that foul play is involved. Then, once the final results too were allied with the trends, the Congress held a press conference claiming the results are totally, quote-unquote, totally unexpected, completely surprising and counterintuitive, refusing to accept the mandate. Listen in.
Results in Haryana are totally unexpected, completely surprising and counterintuitive. It goes against ground reality. It goes against what the people of Haryana had made their mind up for, and what we have seen today in Haryana is, I think, a victory for manipulation, a victory for subverting the will of the people, and it's a defeat for transparent democratic processes.
हरियाणा में चुनाव हुआ, जिसके नतीजे बिल्कुल अप्रत्याशित हैं और यहाँ तक कि यह भी कहेंगे कि अस्वीकार्य हैं. जिस तरह की शिकायतें लगातार आ रही हैं, इस तरह का नतीजा कहीं भी धरातल पे नहीं दिख रहा था. आप लोग भी गए, हम लोग भी गए, सब घूम रहे थे. कोई ये नहीं मान सकता कि हरियाणा में इस तरह का अप्रत्याशित नतीजा आएगा. हम सब अचंभित हैं. ये अगर एक लाइन में इसको कहा जाए तो ये तंत्र की जीत है और लोकतंत्र की हार है. हम इसे स्वीकार नहीं कर सकते.
But the Congress's own state high command is more cognizant of the reality on the ground, accepting that overconfidence and party infighting probably cost them dear. Listen in.
अब हमको इन सब बातों को देखते हुए नए सिरे से आगे सोचना होगा, क्योंकि जो ये अभी चल रहा है बिजनेस एज यूजुअल, ऐसा तो नहीं चलेगा. कहाँ हमारी कमियां रही हैं, क्या कमियां रही हैं, इसके बारे में देखना होगा. कौन जिम्मेवार रहे, पार्टी को किस तरह से स्टेट में सींचा नहीं गया, तालमेल नहीं रखा गया, जो कौन लोग हैं जो जिम्मेवार थे सबको साथ लेकर चलने के और पार्टी को एक दिखाने के और सबको बैलेंस आउट करने के, वो भी बातें हैं. स्टेट में क्या मैसेज गया है, किस लिए लोग कांग्रेस की सरकार बनाते हुए पीछे हट गए हैं। जो एक माहौल बनाया राहुल जी ने, वो उस माहौल को एकदम निगेट कर दिया, ख़त्म कर दिया। इसके लिए क्या कारण हुए, ये सब बातें देखनी पड़ेंगी।
देखो, कोई भी प्रजातांत्रिक पार्टी होगी, लोकतांत्रिक पार्टी होगी, मतभेद स्वाभाविक हो सकते हैं किसी, लेकिन मनभेद किसी का नहीं था।
Now, the fact is, ladies and gentlemen, that the Congress has lost and lost by quite some margin in terms of seat share. In terms of vote share, it hasn't done too badly. But that only indicates that its decision to go solo might have cost it dear, because the votes garnered by the Aam Aadmi Party and the JJP could have actually turned its fate in at least some close contests. It was not to be. Moreover, even in Jammu and Kashmir, where the Congress is celebrating its alliance's victory, the fact remains that the Congress contested 38 seats and won only 6, dragging down the NC's performance. The Congress just cannot take on the BJP by itself. Its allies know it, its rivals know it, we know it, but the party won't acknowledge it. My guest this evening, Dr. Haryana Dayal, is spokesperson of the BJP. Gautam Seth, spokesperson of the Congress party, will probably be joining us. Tehseen Poonawalla, political analyst, has been busy since 8 o'clock this morning, and JVC Sriram is a political commentator joining us on the broadcast as well. And just in case our
Honorable Prime Minister decides to speak, we will all have to take a break because today is his evening.
Yes.
It's always his evening, but we should take a break.
No, but भाई आज तो बनता है ऐसे से. हाँ, आज माहौल बदल दिया है उन्होंने.
And let me take the opportunity to congratulate the BJP spokesperson on air.
हाँ.
Most of them are at Ashoka Road.
Yeah. Our friend, I guess. But Mr. Dayal.
But Mr. Dayal is here.
He's in Chandigarh, ना वो नहीं आ पाए.
हाँ, वो चंडीगढ़ में है.
So he will.
But he must be going to Panchkula close by.
Well, he's not. He's just going to hear Mr. Modi on Mirror Now, I guess.
On Mirror Now. But Mr. Dayal, you have to only hear Mr. Modi on Mirror Now. You can't change the channel.
No,
remember that.
He
But congratulations to the BJP.
He's one of the few BJP friends we have.
but congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so
Dr.
much.
Dayal. Acha bhai, let's do something.
Yeah.
Let's at least show our viewers what's happening at the BJP headquarters. Because at 8 o'clock in the morning when I came in, I was just telling our viewers and our dear friends who are tuning in, that's all jalebis were being bartered in the Congress headquarters. Though everything was happening there. Right? Now look at how things have changed. 12 hours later, all the celebrations are at the BJP headquarters. 12 घंटे में बहुत कुछ हो सकता है. A lot can happen over a cup of coffee and a lot can happen in 12 hours.
A lot can happen over a plate of jalebis. Let's keep it at that.
I'm glad you didn't say a lot can happen over a couple of EVMs, because Tehseen, just come in here. That's the charge. चलो भाई, आज अभी की तो खबर वही है ना. That is the charge that is being made by the Congress party and Jairam Ramesh. Now, to my mind, it's the Congress being a sore loser. But do you find any merit in the arguments that they are making? Ki, the election commission janbujke wasn't updating the Haryana figures to begin with. Now, when the figures were all updated and the results were out, now they are saying ki, in EVMs where we lost 99% battery tha, jabki in the ones that we won 60 to 70% battery tha. So some gadbad has happened with EVMs. What do you make of this? Was this necessary?
At the onset again, I just think that we should be gracious in defeat and humble in victory. I say this because I want the Congress to always win. And there are 2 or 3 things I would like to reflect upon. One is, look, Rahul Gandhi created a fertile ground for the Congress to win. He did create it with Bharat Jodo, etc. And there was a ground in Haryana. Nobody anticipated this massive anti-incumbency against the BJP. Then why these reversals? Why did the peoples of Haryana reject the Congress and choose the BJP? I think a few things. Those who are sent to manage the Congress from Delhi are the same people who reduced the Congress to 0 in Delhi. Congress is 0 in Delhi.
You're talking about who? Ajay Makar?
I don't know. I'm just talking about those who like baturas and jalebis. Number 2, they reduced the Congress. They defeated the Congress in Punjab, now Haryana.
We all like jalebis and baturas.
I'm off sugar.
Okay.
And
he's talking about Ajay Makan, ladies and gentlemen.
I know, I'm just saying in
him.
general, but I'm just saying. Second thing, the rebels are not managed. Now, you see, had we done this alliance with the Aam Aadmi Party, I say, because I vote Congress, I'm not a Congress member, 2% wo vote mil jata aapko. Plus, out of the 17 rebels, even if 5 or 6 would have come, this would have become 45-46%. Sarkar ban jati. See, it's all about math. Third, and the last thing, the Congress can never win ignoring Dalits and Muslims. The core of Nehruji's politics, Indiraji's politics was Dalit and Muslim. And you had whoever, you'd have the Brahmin vote, the other votes. But you cannot win without ignoring Dalits and Muslims. Now, if Dalit leaders are going to be ignored, now you got Ashok Tawarji back, or you got Lal Singh in Jammu back, what did they get the Congress?
I'm fairly certain he's hitting his head against some wall. Ashok Tawarji.
He'll go back to BJP. हाँ BJP लेगी. वो छोड़ो यार. But point is उन्होंने क्या लाया? What did Lal Singh get you in Jammu? He lost Lok Sabha. He lost his assembly. What did Ashok Tawar get you? So you see.
वैसे तो
how long is this going?
What did Uday Bhan get you? He's lost his election too.
So I think you have to reflect upon what is required, and elections is about chemistry, yes, but it's mostly about maths. 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 plus 2 cannot be 22 unless you have the 2 plus 2 form worked out.
So you're saying the chemistry had worked out.
Rahul Gandhi had a chemistry.
But the mathematics didn't.
Look, I'm just giving you simple, if out of 17, 5-6 आपके आ जाते हैं और आम आदमी पार्टी का 1.7% आ जाता, आपकी सरकार बन जाती. ये तो simple गणित है ना, इसमें कौन सा complication है.
So the difference is 11 seats right now. I mean, if you look at the numbers.
Look at the vote percent, but it's first past the post system, no? That's where the problem is. See, that's what I'm saying. Everything. Now, if you've come from Delhi to Haryana to work it out, how many rebels were called up? How many rebels were asked to sit? There was rebellion in BJP also. But the rebels sat down. Dharmendra Pradhan did that. He made those calls. He may have gone, met those people. Unless you don't do that. And again, I'm saying the Congress cannot win by ignoring Dalits and Muslims. Just like the BJP cannot win by ignoring its 18% core Hindutva vote. The BJP has a core Hindutva vote. The Congress has a core Dalit and Muslim vote. You cannot ignore it. Any other combination that the Congress thought of in Haryana would lead to a counter-polarization.
So you are saying they focus so much on the Jats and consolidating the Jat vote. It came at the cost of the Dalits.
The Dalit vote got split.
Because Shailaja went sulking for 12 days?
Not just overall Dalit vote. Also, you didn't get the complete Jat vote. You didn't have the chemistry. But most importantly, I am again repeating, the person who is responsible for getting Congress to zero in Delhi, responsible for the Congress losing in Punjab, now in Haryana is in charge. How long are incompetent people going to be rewarded? The Congress has to reflect this. I am not a member of the Congress. I don't care. Keep losing. I want you to win.
When Kumari Shailaja says accountability needs to be fixed, to my mind, she was speaking about Bhupinder Singh Hooda. You have Mr. JP Nadda right now speaking on the stage at the BJP headquarters. The Prime Minister will speak in some time and we'll go to that as well. But Dr. Dharendra Dayal, I want to ask you what you make of the charges that the Congress is making this evening. They are saying the BJP has used the Tantra to steal our mandate. They have used the Election Commission and the system to steal the election in Haryana away from us because these elections are counterproductive. And the Congress may not be wrong. Because everyone who travelled to Haryana, walked through Haryana, would come back saying, the Congress is going to do very well. The Congress is winning this one. Too much anti-incumbency against the BJP. What happened?
So what happened the last time? Whoever went to Haryana the last time, including the exit polls, came back saying BJP is coming back with a thumping majority. They're going to get at least 61 seats. But they got only 40. So what happened? I mean, BJP rigged the EVMs against itself. That is part of the electoral process. You have to take it. I mean, there could have been a possibility we may have even fallen slightly shorter and we may not have been able to form the government. So that is part of the process. We accepted it. We went back. We worked hard and we came back. But every time, like a crybaby, if anytime you lose, you're going to start crying. It doesn't work that way. And what has the Election Commission said? I think those words are very important. They have said that this is irresponsible, unfounded, and uncorroborated, malafide narrative. This is the statement of the Election Commission for what the Congress has given to them in response to the Congress application memorandum to them. This is what they've said. I mean, how can you, every time the EVM goes bad, now I've been saying this, that there are two kinds of EVMs now. There are good EVMs and there are bad EVMs. The good ones went to JNK, the bad ones came to Haryana. So all was well there, updations were good there, updations were bad here. Something or the other, you're using an excuse. And what is the statement he has said? हम हारे नहीं, हमें हराया गया है. Yeah, true. आपको हराया गया, जनता ने हरा दिया आपको. So if you are saying you did not implode, in fact, Tehseen is saying you imploded. Because of your own things you imploded. But yes, okay, जनता ने हरा दिया. Fair enough. So, but you can't keep cribbing all the time. You said, I mean, every time you have said EVMs are bad. As recently as April, you were in the Supreme Court once again. Supreme Court has studied the whole thing. Now, let me give you one data which your viewers would like. Is that on verification, there are 41,629 random verifications which have been carried out by the Election Commission on the EVMs. About 4 crore VVPATs have been matched. And how many were found to not match? 0. I mean, in any corporate...
Dr. Tayal, see, the problem is also in the way the Election Commission communicates. Dekhiye, Dr. Tayal, this is a big opposition party in your country. The fact is that they have got 37 in Haryana, so it's not a wipeout for them. The BJP has got 48. They are raising certain questions. They are making a specific charge. They're saying in constituencies where we lost, the EVMs were at 99%, while in the ones we won, it was 60 to 70%, as it should be, essentially implying the fact that somehow the EVMs in the ones they lost were rigged. Right? This is a very specific charge they have made about 3 districts in Haryana. I don't want to complicate matters here. What I am saying is, the Election Commission, as an independent body, instead of being aggressive and saying, nahi, aisa nahi hua, nahi, aisa nahi ho sakta, arey bhai, come out and do a press conference and say, these are the charges made, but it's not possible because of XYZ factors. Kaam khatam. You have explained to people in this country why what the Congress is saying is incorrect. Has the Election Commission come out and done that? No. So, abhi bhi people are asking, yaar, ye hua kaise?
I tell you what the
Go to my newsroom, everyone is asking, ye hua kaise?
Let me tell you what the Election Commission has said. Let me read that out to you. There is nothing on record to substantiate your ill-founded allegation of slowdown of election results. Your memorandum also does not bring out any contrary facts as to the delay at any of the constituencies in Haryana or J&K. So there also Election Commission has given a very clear statement. I tell you what has happened.
No, that is for another charge that they had made. That's for another charge they had made, the delay in updation.
I know that is for the other charge.
The second charge they made at 5 o'clock was very different.
Yes, that I have already read out to you, irresponsible, unfounded, uncorroborated, nullified narrative. Now, if every time you've gone to the Supreme Court, okay, the Election Commission held it out that, okay, here is the EVM, anybody, in fact, Saurabh Bhardwaj had said that thing, not of Congress, but of AAP. He had said, I have been a computer engineer, I can hack a EVM in no time, and Sasodia had said, I can hack 13,000 EVMs in 3 hours. But when the Election Commission said, okay, please come and hack a EVM, nobody turned up. So the Election Commission actually said this in the Supreme Court. Look, this is what has happened.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I was a part of that. One second. Sorry. I just want to clarify one thing. That was Saurabh and me. We were a part of this. The Election Commission had very gracious to invite me to Constitution Club to hack the EVMs. And Saurabh Bhai and I were there. There were 2 of us. What the Election Commission did at that point was told us you hack the EVMs without touching them.
Okay.
So just to clarify that part was the Election Commission did not allow us to hack it, and then they put out a press release while Saurabh and I were there that we could do it. But that is a different issue.
No,
I don't think we should get into that now.
No,
congratulations to the BJP, but that was a different thing. It wasn't the way.
Also, the fact is, Gautam Seth, you're joining us on the broadcast, spokesperson of the Congress party. Here's my point. Here's why I defend the EVMs. If the system, the tantra had to be misused, it would have been misused in states like in states where the BJP had much higher stakes, like for example Karnataka, like for example West Bengal. Kab tak ye aap EVM ko blame karte rahenge? Something went wrong. I understand it's a shock because no one has understood the Haryana results so far. It is counterproductive. I'm even giving you that. But to blame the EVM instead of looking at what went wrong for you, that's what is counterproductive.
There is this thing that I would like to categorically make clear. We are saying that the candidates from three districts have reached to the party headquarters, have given complaints that there were EVMs with higher percentage of the battery, there were EVMs with lower percentage of the battery where the Congress was leading. And there were EVMs with a battery percentage of higher than 90%, which is unusual, where the Congress was losing from lower margins. Now, these are the candidates who have fought the election from their blood, sweat, toil, and tear. These candidates have all right to question the election commission, and it is the duty of the election commission to come and give an explanation. Now, haven't these candidates, be it from the Congress, Independent Regional Party, anybody who contests will raise a question if they feel that it was unfair to them throughout the electoral process, and it is the duty of the election commission to come out and say that no, we are clean and this is what has been done and this is how your doubts are being cleared. So that's what the Congress is saying. We are not raising a finger on the entire electoral and democratic process of the country, but it is the candidates who are saying that unfair practices, in particular to their seats, in particular to their counting centers, were done, and those things must be answered by the election commission. It is very much in our right to ask them this.
No, I agree that it is very much in the Congress's right to ask these questions, but the Congress is also saying that the mandate has been stolen from them. JVC Shriram, but I'll give one thing to the Congress party. They are not wrong, and Jairam Ramesh is not wrong to say that the elections are counterintuitive. It's not just exit polls. The exit polls have got it horribly wrong in the past, and they've got it horribly wrong this time as well. That's no surprise. But all journalists who traveled there, all political pundits who traveled there, came back saying the Congress is doing well, too much anti-incumbency against the BJP. If everyone was saying one thing, one is wondering, were they only speaking to their echo chambers? How did everyone come back with this impression that the Congress was winning?
Good evening to you and good evening to your panelists. For once, because of my health, I didn't travel to Haryana. You cannot let the media to dictate what is happening. Because I personally had been to Chhattisgarh because that is an election where everybody predicted that Bhupesh Baghel is winning by a big margin. And I said, and I went on record in Times Now and then X and everywhere that BJP is winning more than 48 to 50 seats, and it did win. Unfortunately, in Haryana, I could not travel. What I have seen in Chhattisgarh is that there was a silent voter. I can read only the same thing because I have not traveled. I cannot say it in certainty for now what happened. But the truth of the matter is that I've read several reports. I've seen several YouTube videos where there was a non-Jat consolidation. And there was also a non-Jata consolidation as far as scheduled caste is concerned. You can look at the number of Valmiki candidates who have been fielded and who have won, the other SC candidates who have won, because the more and more you hear the noise from the Jat people, because they had concluded that Bhupinder Singh Hooda had already won this election. And there was also a factional fight within Congress, which is evident. And these were not reported by the media, or the journalists chose to turn a Nelson's eye to some of the important things which were happening in Haryana. In fact, I can tell you that some of the very much hardcore Congress supporters were giving only 48 to 50 seats. But on the contrary, many of the pollsters were giving more than 68, 75, whatnot, numbers were going. The truth of the matter is that Congress party, I'll just take a minute because this is what something is very important. Congress party under Bhupinder Singh Hooda is not a naturally acceptable party pan Haryana. In fact, every time Congress party ruled Haryana, they got decimated. 1977, 3 seats, 1987, 5 seats, 1996, 9 seats, 2021 seats, 2014, 15 seats. This shows that Congress party, every time it became a ruling party, was decimated because of the kind of governance that it gave. In fact, in Gurgaon and Faridabad, if you notice, the turnout which happened in the second half of the day, polling day, was because many of them kept saying, we don't want Congress to come back. We have seen Bhupinder Singh Hooda's 10-year regime. So you got to respect the mandate. When Himachal Pradesh was won by Congress,
as far as
less than 1%.
Got it. But, as far as urban India is concerned, as far as urban India is concerned, their love affair with the BJP has been on for the last 10 years.
Why?
It is
No,
not
no, no.
just Faridabad or
Mumbai did not
Karnal
vote.
or
No, no, it was
Sonipat
not.
or
Mumbai did
Gurgaon.
not. Sorry, Mumbai did not vote for BJP or
No,
Shiv
Mumbai
Sena.
did. Mumbai traditionally votes for the
Mumbai
Shiva
didn't.
Sena.
Kolkata did not.
Shiva Sena
Kolkata did not.
NCP,
Chennai
yes.
did not.
Congress.
Kolkata did not, and even
Congress.
Chennai did not. Thiruvananthapuram did not. So what we need to understand is that, and today's victory, do not please attribute it to the victory of BJP due to the urban regions. BJP has won in Ahir regions. BJP has won in Jatlands. So as a result of which, this is not a victory which can be attributed. I understand urban area, but there are also rural areas where BJP has won. And very importantly, it is extremely inconceivable to say that BJP won just because of urban seats. It cannot and it will not. It has won, it has been accepted.
No, that's not what
because
I'm
this is the
saying.
best.
I'm just
This
saying
is
that
biggest.
the BJP's love affair with urban areas continues. That is what I'm saying. I'm not saying they
more
won because of
importantly,
them.
more
But the fact
importantly,
also
per
is
acre,
in the Lok
per
Sabha
acre,
elections, they won 40% of the urban vote. So urban India does vote for the BJP, and that is a big factor in their win.
Just a neighborhood of Lucknow in Mohanlalganj, BJP lost. So let's understand that BJP has today in Haryana done certain things which Saini has done by giving farmers 2,000 rupees per acre, and most of the things have been set right. And there was a silent wave which had happened in favor of BJP. Congress failed to read that situation. Most pollsters and media failed to read the situation. Now the mandate is clear. The mandate is clear.
Wave to mat boliye. 48, the mandate is clear, but it is not a wave. The mandate is clear, it's not a wave, but the Prime Minister is speaking. I'll thank all my guests because we know that the Prime Minister will speak for another 30 minutes at least, so we'll cut across to that. Thank you, JVC, for joining us on the broadcast. Tehseen, thank you for coming to the studio. Gautam Seth, thank you very much. And Dr. Tayal, thank you very much. Going straight across to the Prime Minister now.